Are you ready? Opening statement, Coach.
Well, just proud of the guys. I mean, it's hard. It's hard winning in college basketball, and we knew LMU was really good. They're hard to guard. The Scott kid is terrific. I've known him a long time, and he's a very, very good player, and he's a hard matchup. And with Jalen being out, he becomes even a harder matchup. And we kind of took a gamble with Lindsey because we didn't want to get Lindsey in foul trouble. But we thought Lindsey would be our best choice. But then a little bit of adjustment in the second half with putting Robbie on him a little bit more, putting a bigger body on him. I do think that helped, and getting him in foul trouble. I thought that was huge for us in the second half. So, we don't have a lot of bodies right now. Hopefully we can get Jalen back. But I thought we had some guys that really did a lot of good things, made some tough plays, and inside 10 minutes did a really nice job of getting that to double figures and doing the things we had to do to get a win. So very, very pleased. Just the guys did a great job with their effort.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, could you have foreseen this from Lindsey in the first two games? Is this kind of what you were envisioning for him?
Well, I don't know because I haven't coached him, other than just seeing him in practice. And he'd be the first to tell you he likes games a lot better than he does practice. So I'm not sure I could envision it, but I've said it since being hired. I thought he had a chance to be the best point guard in the Mountain West, and I still believe that. And he's gotten off to a great start. He'd be the first to tell you his first half. It took him a while to get going, and then I thought he was really special again in the second half, and a big reason why we were able to pull away, because I thought he had a big second half. I thought Jazz was consistent tonight and got back to shooting the basketball. We need him shooting 10 threes a game. That should be a goal of his. And I thought I really thought that John Carlos and Robbie had really good minutes, especially in the second half for John Carlos. I thought he scored the basketball for us, but Robbie getting 9 rebounds, guarding Scott, he took the challenge, and I thought that was huge for us.
First win here with your regular season here in Nevada. Is this one going to be some sort of memorable one, or just another one for you?
Well, I guess we wait and see what happens on Tuesday and then Saturday and then on from there, So if we don't get any more, then, yeah, it's going to be pretty memorable. But, you just got to get on to the next one. We're going to meet as a staff tonight and break the whole tape down and see where the messes were, see how we can – because we got a very inexperienced team. So every night when we break things down, it's about coming back the next day and trying to help these guys. And then the guys, you got to realize they have a lot on their plate. They're trying to listen to coaches and be coachable, but then they're a prideful group. They want to play well, and some of them are putting too much pressure on themselves. So we got to find a way to continue to communicate with them in that regard of just relaxing. I thought Kane tonight, for instance, was wound very tight after having a really good opener against Utah. I thought he was wound tight tonight, and so it's us figuring out the personalities. And how to communicate that best to them to where they're relaxed and can play, and then also cleaning up mistakes and moving forward. And we have a very tough turnaround. I got to see a little bit of the first half of Arlington Tulsa. I don't know how that came up. When I stopped watching, it was 22. So they were pounding Tulsa when I was done watching them. So you got a very athletic group, an undersized group. Again, another team that's hard matchups. They're just hard, very difficult matchups. So it's a quick turnaround going from Saturday night into a Tuesday game. So, we got to be careful because we're only playing 8 guys with Jalen out. So there's not a whole lot we can do on the court. We got to do a lot of teaching in the film. And so the guys are going to be challenged mentally more than physically here in the next 48 hours in preparation for the next game.
Before the season, you mentioned that Utah and now Loyola Marymount would be a good litmus test for KJ. He had 4 blocks tonight. Did you see anything special?
Yeah, and I forgot to mention him. I thought he responded. He played 6 minutes in the opener. So he played 3 times the minutes in game 2. So that's an improvement. And in those 8 minutes, 18 minutes, he gets 4 blocks. And the big thing, 3 fouls. I'll take 3 fouls in 18 minutes, not 3 fouls in 3 minutes. So I thought he challenged himself, and he rebounded the ball. He defended well. But again, we're looking at somebody that's young. He's 2 games into his college career. Kane, 2 games in. Zane, 2 games in. So these guys just don't know what this is. As much as you try to talk to them about it, they don't understand it. But these are big bodies. They're grown men you get to play against every night. And I think it's just good learning experiences. I thought KJ showed growth tonight.
What was the emphasis at halftime?
I didn't like the overall demeanor. I thought we had some loose balls we didn't get. We're still not taking charges, and that's got to be something we've got to do to protect the paint. We did block some shots. We got at least 5 blocks. They had no blocks, and I thought we did a really good job of taking transition away. So for the most part, we took, at least in full court, we took a lot of the easy baskets away. The free throw line was pretty much pretty even tonight. So we made improvement on the backboard. We out-rebounded by 10 in the opener. We got beat at 19. So some of the places that we had emphasis, I thought our guys did a good job of responding to. So, but halftime was just trying to talk about Scott. We had 2 kills at half. We want to have 3 in each half, which is 3 stops in a row. So we talked about getting 4 in the second half, which they did. So, I thought they did a good job of just listening to kind of what we want to do, both offensively and defensively. And Lindsey got going in the second half, and that helped.
With a team that's not used to playing with each other yet in home games, how big was it just to get a win?
Huge. Yeah, huge. Because, even though it's early in the season and, you don't get this one, it's just, now guys that are young and inexperienced, they start questioning everything. And so, at least even guys that maybe not played well tonight can at least look, hey, we got a win, and why did we get a win? You're going to get attention of different players throughout the year at different times, but it was huge to get a win because, next week the opponents, in my mind, could be even better. I think Arlington and SC could be even better opponents than what we've just faced in Utah and LMU, and that's kind of scary because I think these are 2 good teams that we played. I think both Utah and LMU are going to have really successful seasons if they stay healthy.
What can you tell us about Jalen at this point?
He's making progress. Chastity's doing a great job with him, and he's doing a good job with his treatment. So we'll just see how the weekend goes. He's got to get a full day tomorrow, full day Monday. Hopefully he can get out there and start doing more. He started doing a little bit on last night, and then today at shoot-around, just a little bit. But it's just different when all of a sudden it becomes contact. So the next 48 hours will be huge to determine when – if he's available for Tuesday. But I know he's trying. He's doing everything he can, and this is his home coming in. Texas Arlington's out of Dallas, so he's a Dallas kid, so he knows this is his home coming this way. And I know how bad he wants to play, and he knows how bad the team needs him. And I thought he was great on the bench tonight. I thought we had a good bench of the guys that didn't play. We had a good bench of just trying to help the guys out there, and Jalen was one of those guys.
Any more questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You go in the locker room, we're treating it, as our first W of the season. A lot of young guys. I just told them to appreciate that first collegiate win, so it feels good.
I said the same thing, just to enjoy it, because it was our first wins, and we just got to come back tomorrow and be focused and get ready for Arlington.
Jazz, how'd you guys make this one happen? It seemed like you really did make some good adjustments at the halftime break.
Really just kept fighting. We got into some foul trouble with Lindsey early in the first half. So we just kept fighting, and then bringing back Lindsey, obviously helps us a lot, and, we just stayed steady.
Lindsey, another huge game for you tonight. How'd that feel going into your second game and then obviously just blowing up tonight?
It felt good. I just played my game, just trying to help the team win.
Lindsey, are you constantly thinking, I have to score, maybe just early in the year to the team young and hasn't played with each other much, you being the most experienced guy out there. Is that, in your mind that, I have to take a leadership role offensively?
Yeah, most definitely. We are kind of short-handed, especially with Jalen out. So I do take in consideration that, we are going to need some scoring. But, I still want to do what I do, which is, distribute the ball and rebound, play defense. It's just something I didn't take into consideration to stay aggressive.
Jazz, Coach Alford mentioned you want to shoot at least 10 threes a game if it leads to the kinds of results we got tonight. Is that something you'd be willing to do, or have you really done a good job of showcasing your overall talent on the floor?
Well, I got 10 up today, so I did a good job at that. But he just wants me. I think that's more of me. He just wants me to be aggressive. And with the plays that we run, I could get a few up here and there. But he really just tells me that so I can have an aggressive mentality and so I can look for my shots.
How important is it for you guys to grow Jazz within games? Because there's only so much you can get done, I know, in practice when you're just playing against each other.
Really important. Me and Lindsey try to make sure we do a good job of huddling up during the games and try to make sure we bring everybody together, make sure we're on the same page, because all that comes into play. We have to try to come together on the fly. Because like you said, we only get so much time with practice, and you can only do so much with practice. So it's important that we use the games as well to try to bond and get close and get on the same page.
Any more questions for the players? Thank you.